As a former researcher, scientist, and engineer working with companies like NASA and IHMC, data, analysis, mathematics is a big part of my success. I turn everything into data. Opinions don't matter, just data does. So with this video, I want to share with you a strategic, analytical, and mathematical approach to success, scaling when it comes to lead generation, and obviously success in your business as well. Okay. So here you are. You are an investor or a wannabe investor. You want to start and you want to start making deals. So what does everybody tell you to do? Direct mail marketing, cold calling, and texting, and whatever, right? Here's what you have to know about all these kinds of paid marketing. There is something called a conversion rate. A conversion rate is used to quantify the success of a marketing approach. What that means is simply this. Imagine you sent 1,000 mailers. If you get one deal out of those 1,000 mailers, your conversion rate is 0.1%. If you send 100 mailers and you get one deal, then your conversion rate is 1%. Okay? So the amount of mailers that you send versus the amount of successes that you get, that is a conversion rate. So now that I've explained what a conversion rate is, let's look at an equation that will quantify the amount of deals you are making. So that way you can predict your success. You can simulate success based on mathematics. Okay? So here is the equation. The equation is simply this. Number of deals equals the quantity or amount of your marketing strategy times the conversion rate of that marketing strategy. It sounds more complicated than it really is. Let me give you an example. Let's pick direct mail marketing. So the number of deals you'll be making from direct mail marketing equals the amount of mailers you're sending times the conversion rate of that strategy, direct mail marketing. So we already in the previous example have mentioned that let's say the conversion rate for direct mail marketing is 0.1%. So every 1,000 mailers you send, you get one deal. So what this means is if you send 1,000 mailers, so your quantity is 1,000, you will get one deal because 1,000 times 0.1% is 1, right? So you have one deal. So now you know for a fact that every time you send 1,000 mailers, you get one deal. That is assuming that that's the conversion rate, okay? Now, what does everybody do when they want to start scaling? They send more mailers. For some reason that is beyond me, I don't understand why everybody just looks at one element of that entire equation. That equation says number of deals equals quantity times the conversion rate. In order to increase the number of deals, you can, 1, increase the number of mailers, absolutely. 2, you can increase the conversion rate. And 3, you can increase both. But for some reason, no matter what logic you present to people, they only think that the only way you can increase your success is by increasing the number of mailers, the quantity of that marketing strategy. It makes no sense. Mathematically, it makes no sense. What is another thing people do? They add more venues to their strategy. They add cold calling and they add text messaging and whatnot. Do you understand that all of these methods still have a conversion rate of less than 1%? So by adding all these strategies, you're not increasing the conversion rate. The conversion rate stays the exact same number. So it's extremely inefficient to try to scale your marketing and your lead generation efforts by either sending more of what already doesn't work or doing other strategies that equally don't work. So, do you start to see the logic in this? So, this is mathematics, this is equation, this is data. This is not a matter of opinion, this is a fact. You cannot argue with me. This is a fact. So, then what do you suggest, right? Here is the problem. You cannot significantly increase the conversion rate of a strategy. The conversion rate is a characteristic of that strategy. So you can do direct mail marketing, and you can try a yellow postcard, a green postcard, a blue postcard. The difference in your conversion rate is minuscule. It's insignificant. So then what is the solution? In order for you to increase the conversion rate of a marketing strategy, you have to change that marketing strategy to something else. So for example, if I change to SEO, what I'm good at, my conversion rate is 80%, 80%. Every 10 leads that I get in my inbox, well, obviously I vet them first, but let me just say it this way. Every 10 walkthroughs I make after vetting the leads, I get 8 contracts signed. So every 10 offers that I make, I get 8 signed. So my conversion rate is 80% compared to yours, which is less than 1%. So by only changing my marketing approach, not necessarily having to spend more money, I just have to change my approach, and I can dramatically increase the success of my marketing. So the message here is this. People need to start thinking about what they're doing and need to start understanding why they're doing it and why it works and why it wouldn't work. What everybody is constantly doing is they're following all the gurus, what everybody else is saying, without any shred of actual thinking. The second you open your mind and you think, you can see things for what they are, and success is up for grabs.